Blockchain Briefing April 3, 2026. Recent dynamics in the blockchain sector demonstrate a clear trend, moving from concept to implementation, and from infrastructure to industry application. Market attention is concentrated on technical evolution, synergy between traditional finance and payment systems, and cross-border transactions/risk spillovers.
1. Deepening industry understanding, from what to how.
Discussions are shifting from basic mechanics, distributed ledgers and consensus, to verifiable and executable business scenarios. The focus has moved from principle popularization to implementation paths, governance, and compliance frameworks. 2. Accelerated integration with traditional finance, private credit and shared ledgers. Valinor announced a $250 million funding round to bridge blockchain with private credit, reflecting sustained investment in bringing settlement, credentials, and risk data on-chain.
Swift stated that its blockchain-based shared ledger will go live for live transactions this year. This marks a deeper penetration into the global payment/clearing ecosystem, reducing interbank reconciliation costs and improving cross-border liquidity efficiency. 3. Infrastructure funding inflow, engineering interconnectivity. Uniblock completed a $5.2 million seed round to further unify blockchain infrastructure.
This direction targets cross-chain compatibility, standardization, and operational scalability, signaling that competition is moving from single-point applications to base-layer scaling. 4. Real-world use cases and geopolitical risks, weapons procurement.
Reports indicate that crypto assets have been linked to drone procurement by Russia and Iran.
This highlights that while blockchain improves efficiency, it can also be used to bypass traditional payment scrutiny, bringing higher compliance, sanctions, and anti-money laundering (AML) risks. Ethereum Briefing April 3, 2026.
New financial products. GlobalX launched a covered call ETF for Ethereum targeting weekly distributions, reflecting TradFi's continued effort to provide yield-oriented access to the ETH ecosystem.
Market sentiment. While BTC, XRP, and ETH saw gains today, crypto's correlation with the Trump bump in equities remains weak, suggesting upside momentum depends more on industry-specific factors than macro narratives. Stablecoin dominance. Ethereum's stablecoin market share fell to 65%. Data from Dune and Visa suggest other chains are gaining ground, eroding Ethereum's moat as the primary stablecoin infrastructure. L2 spillover effects. Gnosis rose 3% following the release of its Ethereum-based Layer 2 framework, proving that scaling solutions continue to catalyze capital market performance for related projects. Bitcoin Briefing April 3, 2026.
Institutional pace shift. MicroStrategy, MSTR, broke its 13-week consecutive buying streak.
While it holds 762,099 BTC, the pause suggests institutional accumulation may be slowing, though no significant selling has been triggered. Cautious Q2 outlook. Analysts suggest Q2 2026 may be painful, with a cycle bottom potentially taking more time to form due to high volatility and suppressed sentiment.
Wrapped Bitcoin evolution. Circle announced plans to launch CIRBTC, a wrapped Bitcoin token aimed at enhancing BTC's utility in on-chain applications and compliance scenarios.
Price narrative versus reality. While the $150,000 long-term narrative, 2026 to 2032, persists, BTC looks vulnerable in the short term as FUD, fear, uncertainty, doubt, strengthens bearish pressure. Solana Briefing April 3, 2026.
DeFi security breach. A major Solana-based DEX reportedly suffered a $285 million hack.
This event is expected to impact confidence in ecosystem security and trigger asset freezes and investigations.
Price retracement. Solana, along with other majors, remains down over 40% from recent highs. Without new institutional demand, upside momentum appears limited.
Clarification. News regarding the Solana Beach City Council budget update is a local government matter and unrelated to the Solana cryptocurrency.
Key figure updates April 3, 2026. Satoshi Nakamoto, Narrative and Legacy.
Cultural expansion. A Satoshi-themed Lucky Charms collaboration with Vans, Era series, is set for release, showing the brand's move into mainstream consumer culture. Technical risks. Historical comments from Satoshi regarding quantum threats have resurfaced, shifting the focus from price to long-term cryptographic security. Vitalik Buterin, the silent architect. AI privacy. Vitalik is advocating for private and secure AI deployment, moving from cloud-based to desktop-based to ensure data sovereignty.
Ecosystem cleanup. Reports suggest Vitalik is pushing for a major cleanup of the memecoin ecosystem to reduce market noise and protect investors. Changpeng Zhao, CZ.
Regulatory turn. Reports of a pardon for CZ have surfaced, marking a potential turning point in his legal situation and boosting confidence in the Binance ecosystem.
Quantum resilience. CZ urged the industry to adopt quantum-resistant technologies rather than panic over the rise of quantum computing. Brian Armstrong, Coinbase. Clarity Act. Coinbase is aligning 19% of its stablecoin revenue with the upcoming Clarity Act framework.
While the CLO says a deal is very close, Tether expressed disappointment in Armstrong's communication regarding stablecoin compliance.
Jihan Wu, Bitdeer.
AI Pivot, Bitdeer, BTDR, is building a 180 megawatts AI data center in Norway to support NVIDIA Vera Rubin chips. The market reacted positively to this bold AI pivot from traditional mining.
Joseph Lubin, Consensus.
DeFi Defense. Lubin defended DeFi's engineering safety while warning that Bitcoin may be entering a crisis phase due to complex external risk environments. Rollup Fix. Ethereum developers are pushing an economic zone plan to fix the Rollup mess and improve economic incentives between L1 and L2.
Andreas M. Antonopoulos. The Internet of Money. Continued focus on his vision of Bitcoin as a neutral protocol.
He recently reiterated that Bitcoin maximalism is unhealthy and cautioned that while the technology is revolutionary, the market can still experience absolute bubbles.